Alright guys, we're back. Hello. I mean, you could see that we were back, obviously.
I played 3 ads. You were gone for like an hour, dude.
Okay, I was gone for a while, and like 90% of it was because I didn't have a phone to keep track of time with. Feels bad, man. But okay, we are back for real. And we've been waiting to basically find out when we could start, what we could do. So our goals are to try and do MaNa versus uThermal. MaNa. One sec here.
Bless you.
Okay,
Whole
so
headset off for that one.
what?
Took your whole headset off for that one.
I didn't want to get it all gross and
I
ruin
just
your
lift the
ears.
fan.
Okay, that would make sense too. Anyways, we have MaNa versus uThermal, which is probably going to be a really good matchup. But we are waiting on them. I talked to them a little bit about this actually as I was on my way up for lunch, which, by the way, I should have gone much earlier for. All they had left were vegetarian Subway sandwiches and nothing else.
Well, what's funny is that you either go a little bit earlier or you go a little bit later because they're probably going to be getting the dinner stuff soon.
Maybe. Well, apparently they're like swapping tickets around. Like you can't use certain colors after certain times, or I don't know.
Well, so yeah, like I brought 2 tickets. These are the vouchers they gave us.
Yeah.
And the woman was like, you have a red one? And I was like, no, I just brought 2 because I figured I was going to have 2 meals. I didn't realize it was important. And she's like, okay, whatever. You just took one.
Really? Because my guy made me go through my whole wallet, look for like the red one.
I think they're getting maybe a little more specific because, like, I don't think it's a very good system. It's not going to be very easy to keep track of unless you tell them, like, hey, it's going to be specific days. Like, but
Did you
they're
Twitter
gonna
bomb
try.
me? I hope you didn't Twitter bomb me.
No, because I'm not like that.
Good.
Damn straight.
All right, so yeah, now it's just a question of waiting. Sorry, I was saying though, I was talking to them, and I went over to MaNa, and he's like refreshing the page, waiting to see what group he's getting, so he hadn't seen it yet.
Uh huh.
And he's like, "Are you kidding me? Look at this!" And he's like, "Team Liquid versus Team Liquid right away." And I'm just like, "Wait a minute, are you telling me this is like a?" I did my whole spiel, right? My shtick, my
Wait, but
bit.
in this case, they both can make it out, and they don't play each other again.
That could be the case.
Yeah.
But then they'll just split off to go fight against like Snoot
Snoot
and
and
TLO, yeah. So
A little bit, yeah.
a win-win is not a win-win in this scenario. Man, I can't stop geeking out over this picture, man. I love this picture so much.
I really hope he gives us at least the high quality files.
Yeah, the fan art thing.
We're gonna take them and never just abuse it.
Rifkin sounds normal, but Zomgrip sounds different, huh? You almost you sound better, I would say almost.
Really? I wonder why that is.
I don't know, but you sound different, Zombie Girl.
That's interesting.
That's we've already been through this today once, guys.
How different? Like on a here's a scale.
Wait, what? I'm not different.
Oh my god. Whoa.
So, do you guys see prints at your house? Yeah, so like that's what I was saying. Even if he doesn't sell, I would love to like.
Yeah,
print
that's
that
what
up
we
and
were
put it up
talking
on the wall
about.
or something. But oh look, it's the man who doesn't have to do anything.
He already popped up on stream once.
Get over here. Come here.
Maybe even twice.
It's Snooty.
Snoot.
Wait, is it Snoot or is it Probe? I can't. Is it Snoot or is it Probe?
He doesn't look like Dow. No.
Crikey, mate.
Don't do accents ever again, please. I thought I was bad at them. No, have you met Probe yet?
No.
I had never actually seen him. Like we've seen him in game, but I've never seen him. Dude looks like Snoot's little brother. And we were making jokes like you could parent trap like the tournament.
I feel like I've heard that before, which is why it was so surprising when you asked him, "Are you probe?"
I was like, you can parent trap the tournament, dude. Just like swap jerseys or something on the stage.
Snoot.
Well, yeah, main stage is casting something behind it. I think it's Noni and Kwaian. I spoke to him, by the way.
Noni or Kwaian?
Nooni. And I said to him, dude, okay, you got level with me. I don't know if this is some like sick Artosis meme or what. How do you pronounce your name?
Nooni.
He's like, Nooni. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, everyone, people think it's Noni, but it's not. And I'm like, Noni like a phony. Nooni doesn't make any sense. Like, just.
I don't know. I was always confused. I got into StarCraft and he was Liquid Tyler, so for me he was always more Tyler than he ever was Nooni. So it's whatever. I just don't. I'm actually a little bit curious of how he's playing. I know he's practicing, but
Well,
Don't you?
those who are watching the stream will find out. Looks like I'm pressing all the wrong buttons here. Looks like a lot of players are starting to get in the game. So as soon as we get a lobby set up, guys, or maybe we'll have to host it.
We don't know the maps.
Yeah.
So as soon as we know that. Are you getting closer? Or have I been getting closer? Have I been pushed off more?
I think you're just used to sit next to tiny little Livy B.
Maybe. I don't know. No,
Watch this,
I think you're a little bit closer. Yeah.
Maybe I just want to be closer. This is going to be a comfortable way to cast StarCraft, right? My elbow in your boob.
It's actually nowhere near my boob. Your elbow's not that big.
There we go.
That's your shoulder.
Or shoulder. I meant shoulder the first time. I learned the anatomy in a Canadian school. It was a public school. And these are basically the same things. So you use both to check into your hockey opponent.
You don't use your elbow to check into your hockey opponent.
If you're going
do
like,
you?
okay, think about like you're going to shove down a door, right?
Yeah, I would use my shoulder.
Yeah, but your elbow would also be like,
What?
you create this like line of
Why?
like,
Your elbow's not going to hit the door.
look, I can't save this one. I'm trying really hard. I can't save this one. I call it my.
This is
I
how
call
I
it
open a door.
I call my shoulder and elbow. Okay, can we just move past it? I goofed. Awkward flatulence.
Wait, where's the circling emote? You guys should be using that more often.
Oh yeah, Ace IDK.
Yeah, there you go. That's my new favorite emote.
Cut to ads. See you guys in 10 minutes.
Are you ready?
Ready.
An elbow check is even a foul. I mean, I thought you were Canadian.
No, I'm sorry.
It's called the hard check.
Turns out I'm from Europe this whole time. Where?
Apparently a specific
just
part of Europe.
Just Europe.
What the accent? You're up. You're up yours.
Europe 1-0 in the series. You are.
I swear, like this is.
Okay, look, I'm moving.
Look,
Calm down.
Something's different, all right, and it's freaking me out.
Okay.
Something's different.
Just get comfy, Zombie. We're getting in the game.
Oh my God, he's back.
Oh, we haven't seen him in a while, but who the hell cares? In the bottom right, we got people we do actually look forward to seeing. He is coming all the way from Europe. He's, of course, playing for Team Liquid. It's none other than MaNa.
I'm not going to go for the accent. In the top left is the blue Terran. It's uThermal.
They said you weren't going to do an accent.
There was no accents.
Oh, because you sounded like a bitch.
Bitch isn't an accent.
So-
or is it? What would be a
so
bitch
fine.
accent?
The way you talking.
Ha! Ha!
I'm just kidding.
You know
I'm
what?
sorry.
You know what a guy with a little dick sounds like? Just like you. Just like Rifkin. It's all Gucci. You need a small package. You gotta work with it. And then there's like VODs. So I don't know, man.
Okay. Shots fired, put to the side. MaNa uThermal is going to be an excellent matchup. First off, it's a TvP. This matchup's been kind of wild and all over the place. We watched a lot of Terran dominance at the start of Legacy. They're getting really Protoss heavy. Adepts are cool. Let's all balance wine about it. And now it's kind of taken a shift back towards Terran, I think. The Adept nerf I didn't think was going to be as bad as it was, and I really thought it would encourage other builds. And in Korea, at least, we are starting to see them start incorporating more Zealots, more Charge, and less about just Phoenix Adept.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of turnaround back into maybe still a Stargate opener, but into not just Phoenix Adept, but Charge.Phoenix, or no, Charge.Adept Blink, basically, actually no Phoenixes, and then Blink Stalker follow-ups as well, so again, no Phoenixes. And it wasn't like entirely because of the Adept nerf, but I feel like some of the experimentation is because of the Adept nerf, but it was happening before that as well.
I do like that there was experimentation, that it wasn't just like, well, our one strategy didn't work, so let's all quit StarCraft collectively.
Yeah, well, that would really be a dead game. Yeah, so I mean, MaNa though, like this is actually kind of weird because we have been casting so much Korean stuff, so only occasionally European, and then we're in North America casting Europeans, so it just makes no sense at all. But the Europeans, I think, are still like doing what we'd expect, I guess, like the Phoenix Adept, and maybe like, you know, if there's a PvP coming out, there'd be Disruptors versus Disruptors as well. This actually seems to be more variety in Korea, which has usually not been the case in the past, which is weird. But that's what we see MaNa doing right here, is going for a Stargate. and we'll just make sure that he is actually going into, you know, whatever he's going into, Phoenix Adept, or maybe he'll transfer over to Blink. Maybe he's experimenting as well.
I actually really like any follow-up, but still to go like the Oracle first into like a possible Phoenix. If nothing else, it shuts down Widowmine drops. And that's something I think uThermal's very comfortable doing, whether it's rushing out the Widowmine drops or whether it's doing them a little bit later, like sometimes we see him do with like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And these two have got to know each other. Like, we've talked with every single Team Liquid player at this point about like, how does this work with you and your teammates? They've all confirmed at this point. They don't just share strategy, but they try and point out weakness in each other too. So there's no doubt in my mind, uThermal and MaNa, they know what's up.
So I feel like this is a direct like cause of facing someone that you face all the time and is also a teammate, but just like even if they weren't, they'd be on the European ladder all the time. And that's that he's not going for a medevac drop. Like uThermal still can because he is that type of aggression, but a lot more players like in Korea, right, are going for the Viking instead to make sure that they kill the Oracle or the Oracle doesn't get anywhere near them and they don't have to actually depend on a Widowmine getting that shot. Although this one was in a cool place, it's actually not usually where the Oracle is going to go.
I feel like that's either a really good entry or exit point for the Oracle. To go there is not bad at all.
Yeah.
But it's funny when you compare this to Korea, specifically where you're watching, whether it's Innovation or Ryung or Beyond, they all put these Widowmines in what just feels like the most random places. Like you'll have a Widowmine right here, and it will catch a Warp Prism and an Oracle.
I mean, so often we have Widowmines a little bit to the left of where you are right now, just like on that kind of lip right there. And it's worked out pretty well. In fact, that Oracle would have gotten dangerously close, but if it hadn't, then the Stalkers that he's warping in right now, which we have to pay attention to, would have also been like targeted and at least revealed. This is really kind of a weird thing, though, because this is just slow warp-ins of minimum amount of Stalkers and a third base on the way. So it's like a little bit of aggression and a lot of expanding, basically. And uThermal, like, it doesn't look like a lot, but uThermal really is at this point where he's depending on these units to get hits, and if they're in the wrong position, then they're actually just like so much of the army not doing anything. He doesn't have a very big one to begin with.
Poor SCV died fast and furious.
Yeah.
SCVs get pulled into the mix. He should be able to deal with the Oracles. Yeah, first one goes down immediately. But it's the question of these Stalkers and the Adepts. Like, there's actually a lot of damage still coming his way out of MaNa.
And it's going to be before Stim, guaranteed. Like, there's not actually a lot of Terran builds against Protoss where you get that Stim that fast. And as such, these Stalkers can actually kite a little bit. That's why the SCV surround was supposed to go down, but it kind of missed out. 15 SCVs already dead. This is very effective.
This is making me question, like, calling this an all-in or not in a MaNa. Like, it's really dedicated, but it did take a third. He's still got the decent worker count behind this, but he's possibly losing all of his army here.
Yeah, what's the real thing about this is that he did cut his probes. So he got a third base, right? That's time investment already invested into, but he doesn't have any probes, and he doesn't have a lot of tech behind this. So if uThermal just survives with something like about 30 workers, and he's kind of getting low right now, then his counterattack opportunities are actually huge. And while this is a really weird attack, and I'm not sure uThermal has dealt with this before, if he has, I think he'd know that. So I do like that MaNa is going to invest in at least a couple of Phoenix, because Twilight Council research is because it's still far off. Blink would not be done in time to help versus the drop, so a couple of Phoenixes could. This was a mistake. That was really weird.
Yeah, he's just going to walk through the army. I fear no evil, walking through the shadow, valley of the shadow of death, or something like that.
Nice attempt. I don't know. I can help you.
Can't fool me. Shame on. You can't fool me again.
All right, the Oracle comes back in, and I really appreciate they also kept that one Oracle alive. The other one obviously died to I think the Viking actually.
Both of them died. It's a new one.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Okay, then I guess I would have must have got it before I looked. So the point is, like, he invested into another Oracle, as that is going to be a lot of his attack. Wow. Okay, whatever.
Well, invested was the past tense of the word, and accurately so here. Now, as uThermal pushes up, I think the most devastating thing about that being gone is there's not really reliable detection. The robo's only just begun, so observers are not going to be in play. There's no cannons. His best hope is to pick these up before they get a chance to burrow, and even then, one's still going to get to burrow. One's still going to get that shot off, if not all three of them.
Yeah. It's not Blink, by the way. He did go into Phoenix Adept eventually with Stalkers in between, and that's really got to be... I feel like that's got to be confusing for uThermal, who sees this dedication of Stalkers, and it still is seeing Adept Phoenix, like, right now. But luckily, his composition basically, like, fits with both, right? Widowmines and Bio. Like, Protoss or Terran don't really get much else, but now that he sees it, maybe he'll know not to drop. Like, a direct push is probably going to be better as long as there's not that many Adepts, and there's really not yet. And they're going to have Resident Glaze, but not quite +1. I think if the rest of the army was here, you could definitely take this on, but of course it's still going up the ramp and actually maybe segment it off now.
This transfer through would be
yeah,
way too dangerous.
yeah.
There's no way he was going to let that happen.
That would have been way too bad. Gonna buy a lot of time though. He did produce a lot of gateways like a minute ago, so his production is a-okay. He just needs time to actually warp a couple of rounds in. Plus, he was never quite at that perfect third base count of probes. I don't think he ever got quite up to 60. So again, this isn't like an overflowing amount of adepts, and that's actually like a big reason why uThermal is being able to push in here. He has a stronger army because MaNa is not winning in numbers.
Oh, what am I trying, bro? I like those pickups out of MaNa, but is it going to be good enough?
Oh, I
the
don't know about
Medivacs
that.
pickup, but it's so low. The Phoenix just barely doesn't kill it.
That one Phoenix. If its buddy was along for the ride, I think that Medivac actually dies before it loads at all.
Wait, how did that not kill the Observer and splash damage? How did that one not kill the Observer and splash damage? This Observer's a god!
The Phoenixes finally die, but remember that MaNa already lost at third base. While uThermal lost 8 more SCVs to the Adepts, he did eventually clean that up. So he has 3 bases, 32 workers. That is still lower economy than MaNa if MaNa had a third, but I think without it, they might actually be very similar.
Yeah, I think one of the most impressive things through this was he was able to pick off a lot of the air units from MaNa. Normally, those Phoenix go uncontested for so long, they constantly dip in with no health and dip back out with full. Like it's so difficult to actually kill them.
Yeah.
Most of the time, at least.
Well, I think this puts MaNa in a very difficult position. I mean, Phoenix Adept really does come off that snowball effect of like, I got 10, then 20, then 50 Adepts, and I'm going to roll you over. And if I don't, then your army does get better. And MaNa's just been cut again in the economy. He did lose a nice amount of army, but not all of his army, so there is still like an okay one here. But the worry really is that uThermal will include these. Exactly, the Liberator's going to come in, maybe a lot more Widow Mines would have come with this as well. And there's not really a response to it because the Phoenix has died and he never got Blink.
Yeah, and even if he had Blink, the Stalker count is just not high enough to walk through that. 3 Liberators going to take a while to clean up, even for Phoenix. So, yeah, they can shoot up, and it's a bit free in that category, but it's still, there's just no way to really engage on top of this. I'm not sure where that Medevac's going. Forceful catches some of these units, but he scoops them up real quick. And the Void Ray I like. If you want to remove Liberators from play, a Void Ray is going to be your best friend.
Yeah. Let's take a look at that income graph. Yeah, so MaNa was winning pretty hard, actually, and then uThermal has taken it way back as he did start to saturate that third base. He's probably running out of minerals in his main, I suppose, but the easy lift off. Yeah, a little bit. Upgrades continue to be on the way for both players, quite even in that department. I don't know if MaNa's going to invest in a second Forge or not, but Blink's finally on the way, too, so there is some transition away from Phoenix Adept. A Void Ray popped out, I guess to help with drops.
Oh, I just realized I got to change the overlay because we are now in group stage 2, not group stage 1.
Good catch. Robotics Bay also on the way. Might be for that Colossus transition. Probably for the Colossus. We're not watching him canning anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I like MaNa, but he's not going to do anything too crazy, I think. And besides, the problem right now isn't even the, I guess, the bio. Like, it is just those... There's still no reliable anti-air, even with this Void Ray out. So Colossus could force out one thing or another, but they can get a lot of splash damage down on the ground, maybe allowing MaNa to take engagements on the Liberators. But right now, it seems very out of the question.
I like that turnaround on the Phoenixes. They are just going to pick away at his Widow Mines if he doesn't do something about it. Yeah, that would have been nasty for MaNa. MaNa has a couple of force fields in his back pocket that could be pretty crucial. But buying time here. uThermal already on his way to a Ghost Academy. He might be reading this kind of wrong. He might be thinking there's going to be more and more commitment to Adept Phoenix, so he still hasn't seen a lot of Blink Stalkers. While Ghosts obviously do damage to everything with their EMP, and that's a neat feature of them, you usually don't want to be going Ghosts this early if they're going for Colossus. It's just a straight up wrong reaction. So I think he might be not anticipating the transition, which would be, bad.
Well, the nice thing about an EMP is it's always going to hit. Like, well, not hit, excuse me. It's always going to do damage if it hits, one way or the other. Whether it's effective or not, because like sometimes you're like double dipping. Like, oh, cool, I moved all the energy on top of all the shields.
Yeah, it could still happen. Like, if he gets a concave and just absolutely tears apart the Adept buffer, and there's nothing protecting the Colossus, then who cares if you have Vikings or not? You're just going to run into him with the Marauders. But it is that combo that's got to be quite good. I mean, MaNa is being scarily aggressive in the middle of the map here, like units going every which way because there's Abyssal Reef, and he doesn't really have that much splash yet. I mean, I think he has one Colossus, not even extended with Thermal Lance yet. And he's actually on his way to a Fleet Beacon, which I find very weird. Like, he's not on a 4th base, and even if he was, Protoss usually stick around on their ground a little longer.
There's only observers out in the middle of nowhere, too, so big concern here is like, this is not just dangerous because it's exposed, but But it's dangerous because he doesn't know there's no Widow Mines waiting for him. He could have just walked over like a deathly amount.
Yeah, you're right. But he does manage to get his entire army on the other side of the map. I mean, both of them kind of just go past each other without noticing.
I like this choice out of uThermal because he knows there's always the chance that this base trade forces a recall or MaNa doesn't fully commit. MaNa now realizes maybe the error of his ways, considers going home, but there's no chance to recall that army. Mothership Core is just simply not there.
Yeah.
Or does she even exist?
Cancel. No, not canceled there, so that is quite investment. uThermal lost 21 SCVs, there is a little bit more, but he did save his command centers, depowering a lot of important things here. Robo goes down, Forge going to go down, and his 2-2 is about to finish.
Let's not forget the other side of this ramp now favors uThermal. MaNa can't really push into him. Going north might be his best option. EMP
there's
hits.
that EMP.
Gets the shields off pretty much the entire army. He stims on the right side, he focuses down the Stalkers. Removing the Stalkers gives the Liberators a lot more power, but the Liberators are not being targeted down by MaNa. One still stands, finally goes down.
So much army, too, on the right side there.
Kills the third?
Yeah, kills the third. If he pairs up, I think, with the rest of his army, if he can, as the Phoenixes are chasing them down, then that's still a very good army for uThermal. He's up about 10. He does have those better upgrades, 2-2 to 1-1. He actually saved his Ghost Academy, which we'll see if he goes back into them, but that's kind of weird. I thought that would have been sniped with the third base SCVs, but the third base also survived, and uThermal can just lift his main and take a fourth.
I love this logic where MaNa in the back of his head's like, ghosts are too expensive. I want you to have this, so you're tempted to waste money.
You'll accidentally make them.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I don't think they're a good unit to have right now because they are that expensive.
I think, well, that money EMP made it absolutely worthwhile. Like he focused down like 7 more Stalkers than he should have.
He actually saved his Ghost too, so perfect.
Double hype.
Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely okay then, because otherwise it's like 200 minerals. And he's barely banking.
Just look at these male ghosts. Such a misogynist.
No, the female ghosts are terrible.
Yeah, they are. And they look so thin. That's the worst part too.
They look so weird. It's like Captain Falcon and Pikachu's body. Just saying. I swear to God I've shown you this before. But anyways, continuing on from that. So MaNa, he does get his third base back, and he double expanded, so he has a fourth base also on the way. He did manage to save his workers, where uThermal did not save his and has not bothered remaking them. So 37 workers plus a couple mules. MaNa just needs to actually finish his bases, this thing. That's why the spike is so bad.
Yeah.
But double Robo has to come down because MaNa did lose that one. I think he saved his Robotics Bay, though, so he can go immediately into Colossus or Disruptors. But I'm still thinking about why he got that Fleet Beacon. Like, that's still alive, I think. I just don't know why he would have gotten it.
Well, it goes for more Robos, but I think the idea of the Fleet Beacon was if he couldn't push back the Tempest or the Liberators, Tempest would help him do that.
I guess he was thinking that he would kind of pseudo contain and react to whatever he saw, but it turned into that base trade. So you're probably right, but it seemed like such a interesting move when he attacked as well, like investing into that, not the other thing. Oh, I found a mouse pad. That's not a T-shirt. Oh man.
They hooked us up. You guys don't understand. I've been using a T-shirt this whole time. And this is instantly way better. Yeah. It's the tiniest mouse pad of all time, but it's a mouse pad.
It really is. Nice little concave around here, and EMPs do go down, the Immortals go down, and that's about the army.
That's all she wrote.
Yeah.
MaNa put up a pretty good game and a really good early game, but still the fight's going to go to uThermal. GG.
We probably look stupid clapping over here.
You know, I don't care. I like to cheer. Go MaNa, go uThermal, go everybody.
Yeah.
All right, well, folks, we're going to squeeze in a quick commercial break while they get the next lobby up. Thank you very much for watching. Stick around, and we'll see you soon. All right, hello Twitch Prime users and scumbags. So apparently I didn't time this out very well, so ads were not played correctly, and they are actually probably still playing for some as we speak. That being said, we do have to get into the game, so I guess if you guys could forward my apologies to the rest of chat, please know that I didn't do that on purpose, but it's been like 50 minutes and I messed it up. Anyways, as we get into game number 2, spawning the bottom right, play for Team Liquid, it's going to be the red Protoss MaNa.
The bottom left is the blue Terran. It is uThermal.
Also, we got some shout-outs to get caught up on. Blobblebee just now for the 3 months. Thanks to the great casting, guys. I swear I'll learn to play eventually. Only been saying that for the past 3 months, though. LOL. I've been saying that for the past 4 years, dude.
Heyo.
Corsair City is 27 months. Says, hey, it's the 3rd anniversary of my 26th anniversary. Enjoy Austin, guys. Message me if you need food/drink/entertainment recommendations.
It's the 3rd anniversary of my 26th. Oh, because he had that bug.
By the Goose Superland, as well as a new Prime sub. Says you might be fucked, but I'm still gonna sub.
Actually, Corsair Cities, if there's any place, okay, I know this is gonna sound cheesy and like in before stalker comments, but like if there's anything from drivers, dive. No, hold on here. No, don't tell me. Don't look at me like that. Drive-ins, diners, and dives. Damn it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, close enough.
It's close enough to be acceptable.
All right, yay, I did it. Okay, if there's any place that's around here, then that'd be great.
By the way, I had a you moment with a girl, actually. So
What does that mean?
I have part of her chin on my shoulder.
Oh, the makeup.
So for those who don't know, I've had this issue with Zombie Girl, and I've gotten better about it, but like I'm a bigger guy, and when I go to give her a hug, if she's wearing makeup, it kind of gets on my shirt, and she doesn't like it. So I went to go hug one of my friends, and she did that thing where she put her chin up.
Yeah, of course.
And it rubbed some of her chin up on my
the unfortunate
shirt.
thing is that you're supposed to, like, if you don't, like, get your chin as well on the other side, it can create a very stark contrast. So you're supposed to be...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went to the bathroom, like, what did I get on my shirt? What could that possibly be? And I started, like, trying to rub it off. I'm like, oh, this is makeup.
I haven't ever noticed before I started working makeup myself, but, like, now whenever I see girls hug guys and I see them later, like what the hell is that? And I'm like...
Now you know.
Oh,
now you know.
Yeah, now I understand what's happening.
You finally had the human interaction.
But it's so funny.
Out.
It forces women to, like, do, like, hover hugs or some shit, right?
Well,
like,
that's only if they care that much with their makeup.
well, the thing is that, like, unfortunately, unless they do it right. Okay, some girls are very good at makeup, and that's they do whatever they want with them. But, like, a lot of other girls, like me, do not. So, like, if I like rub the makeup the wrong way, like, it's just ruined forever, right? Like, I don't know how to bake it on and shit like that. So
there's that one girl who blended with her boyfriend's balls. Did you see that? It went viral. It was pretty gross. Thank you. She put something out where it's like, yo, if this gets like 100 retweets or something, like I'll blend with my.
That's super gross.
It got a lot of attention, and funny enough, she got some job offers from it. But that's another story for another time.
Of course she did. I mean, I can only imagine what type.
Makeup, actually.
I mean, I think it's good for, two things, basically. Anyways, Reaper is once again distracting while uThermal goes for Hellions. He also scouted the Stargate, so he's building a Viking for the Oracle.
This is bad, though. He doesn't really have reliable anti-air. The Viking can push off the Oracle, but...
He's actually building missile turrets.
I think that's necessary, to be honest. There's one Widow Mine here that might catch this.
It's very unfortunate, however, because, I was going to say, the Oracle can kill the Hellions, and you don't really want to invest in an engineering bay missile turrets this early.
Debated!
Nicely done. So he did have a Widow Mine, so I don't know, he had 2 Widow Mines effects. I don't know, it's really weird to see him also invest in missile turrets if he actually had some type of defense.
Well, that's what's cool to me. So first off, now he could have canceled those. I almost wish he did, because they were both semi-complete. But I love the idea that, like, you would be in a false sense of security. You're like, oh, why is he building missile turrets? Because he doesn't have Widow Mines. That's your first thought, right? So that was kind of a cool move. But while earlier today we got to see uThermal catch M. Canning off guard because he was looking in the wrong place at the wrong time, MaNa has cleaned everything up to this point. Hasn't been any problems, and there'll be no easy sneak attack in.
No, there's not. That certainly helped. It's made it easier for MaNa to deal with everything, and MaNa is getting that 3rd base and Twilight Council Forge. No sneaky Stalker attack this game. I really I'm kind of torn if I liked that thing or not last game, to be honest. I like to see anything that's new, of course, but was it really worth it is like a whole other question because a lot of things happened in that game. But anyways, the Oracle sees the medevac, which is, I think, funny because I'm pretty sure uThermal tried to hide that by going the way he did. Oh, well. I think it's like the Viking going to the bottom right. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Probes are mechanical units.
Unfortunately, the Viking's so slow that you really just usually one proton overcharge will kill it.
Yo, but this did successfully distract.
Nicely done.
Now, of course, this isn't going to be worth. This is not even worth the Hellions' death as a distraction. But again, if the adepts aren't quite here, okay, one revelation and one Widow Mine.
He's just going to place the rest of the Widow Mines around the map, though, and that'll be pretty worth. You know, the uThermal really didn't have the best opener.
What you got to do is put the rest of the Widow Mines around the one revealed Widow Mine.
They'll never know. They'll never figure it out. Actually, I wonder how effective. Well, if he didn't get the medevac too, that would be actually a brilliant move.
Yeah, it'd be like, that would be a bait right there.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Anyways, so uThermal's opener, I would say, wasn't the most effective. Not the way he wanted to go for sure, but it wasn't really that bad, I'm not sure. Because, like, the Viking died without doing very much. He had to invest in a lot of minerals with Engineering Bay that early and Missile Turrets that early. And then it started even coming down. He really doesn't want to deal with Phoenixes, I guess. And I guess he also anticipated there being Phoenixes being produced. And Italians only got 3 probes, so it's just like, it's not really greatest. And I think...
No, but this isn't exactly a game MaNa's running away with either. Like,
Yeah.
we could talk about, like, okay, there's a little bit
Not
lost here and there, but MaNa is not in a position to, like, really steamroll uThermal anytime soon.
Whatever the flip they're playing sounds like a flippin' earthquake. I guess it's a hype video.
I think they're doing the Brood War remastered advertisement.
Ah, yes, you're probably correct. Well, anyways, so, yeah, MaNa hasn't quite, like, just, like, boomed here, but I think he's about to. He's got a lot of ways finishing. He does have, a Depth Phoenix, and I assume he got Resonating Glaives, but I don't remember looking. So he will have, like, the overwhelming army of Adepts that's Terrans are so scared of that people were complaining about before and still after the Adept nerf. But, what am I going to the main? They know the Phoenixes aren't here. The Militia Corps was last seen here, but she is not paying attention. 4 and maybe 4 more? Yeah.
I like it. This is a last scene. Like, this was some Mothership Corps like a milk jug. Like, have you seen Lost?
I mean, that's, like, pretty much what it is. If there is, like...
She went out to get some cigarettes.
It's more like uThermal's a stalker, and it's like last seen in her room at 12 o'clock or something. But either way... The point is, like, that was a bit of a risky move, Like, if MaNa was doing it correctly, which he was, there's defense there. But just that he wasn't paying attention, which is also, you got to take into consideration your opponent's going to make mistakes. Now, MaNa took a couple of losses here and there, but it really wasn't truly devastating. He didn't really... I was going to say, like, maybe he doesn't plan on attacking, but he is at that point in time where it's, like, going to be just, like, this blossom of supply, and he does have a Warp Prism, so he is going for the attack.
They're just barely passing one another right now.
I think... I'm not sure, but I wonder if MaNa would have been actually a lot more... Like, he would have wanted to take the attack. Like, if he knew that uThermal was going to be doing this, then I think he want to actually stomp it and then counter, but he's not... He's going to turn into a base trade, so I don't know how this is going to go.
uThermal's got some Widow Mines with this, so he could take a decent fight. There's not going to be a lot that warps in. Back at home. Well, he's got a lot of Widow Mines back at home, actually.
Oh, this is going to get some pretty nice hits. Oh, there's even 3 of them.
That clears out most of the Phoenix, but the Adepts are still like the core of the problem. A lot of Marines here, though, just going to stim in and pick off those probes one at a time. Cannon goes down. Nexus going to die. I mean, this is officially getting a bit base trade.
I almost wonder if this is like uThermal's plan, actually. Like, to attack into someone that's going Phoenix Adept already is a little suspicious. Just like a lot of, like, warnings saying don't do that.
Oh, Widow Mine's coming up soon.
But he set up very, like, well as soon as he realized where this game was going. He's even got Widow Mine still going off in the main base. The Warp Prism dies. That's super nice. Another Widow Mine gets another hit, and I think MaNa's out of this game.
Yeah, his army supplies dipped a little bit too low. There's just nothing to stop the rampage on the other side of the map. Whereas uThermal, like, the worker kills. They traded almost dead even. But he took out the Phoenix, which are harder to justify replacing. He's still going strong with economy. And while this goes on, MaNa... He's got like a cannon and 4 mineral patches that cannon's protecting.
Saved one of those Widow Mines from the earlier drop. Like, this is absolutely uThermal's game. And I think... Oh, you're right. Yeah. It's in the very corner.
Dank memes. The Adept's going to transfer out, but...
The last army.
Yeah, it is kind of like the last possible fight he could hope for. Because while this goes on, uThermal could and should just go for the building kills.
Yeah. I think he has enough of an army back at home, too. Like, he's almost doubling the army supply of MaNa. But if there's any Widow Mines at his home, like, that could easily just be even better than Bio. Doesn't look like there's any at the 3rd base. One already went off, but MaNa's going to tap it anyways. GG.
uThermal takes the series 2-0. Starts off strong in his group. That means the winner plays against Masa. uThermal versus Masa could be really good. But Vibe versus MaNa wouldn't be too bad either. I guess we're going to find out from the admin what's up next. And we'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Try and grab uThermal, maybe? Yo, uThermal! Oh. You want to talk on stream or no? Huh? You want to come talk on stream for a sec or no? Okay. Okay. Here, you pick. Who do you want interviewing you? Me or Zamiro? I don't care. Okay, well, get out of here, you.
We'll play rock, paper, scissors against each other.
I'll let Rifkin have you. Okay. It's fine. It's fine.
I tried to grab you earlier for your other series, but that didn't quite go as I expected. You in game time. That was surprising, but hey, you made it through the group, and that's what matters most, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you have to unfortunately start with a team kill. We've seen it a million times. Liquid versus Liquid. Let me ask you though, of all the Liquid players, who would you most prefer to get matched up in a team kill, and who would you least prefer to get matched up?
I have a good record against all of them, I think, so it doesn't really matter.
I've actually heard that from each of them, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No one really loves playing against uThermal, guys. He's too good. Okay, so fine, don't pick favorites, but honestly, if it came down to the tournament, is DreamHack Finals.
Yeah.
Who are you most worried, I guess, about playing against?
Snoot, I think.
Snoop?
Because he's quite good at playing longer series. A lot of the time when I play against him, when the games go too long, he ends up winning because he has really good stamina, I think. So,
dude, yeah, he's so used to playing 50-minute games.
Yeah, so for a best of 7, playing Snoot is really killer, I think. But
you know what? Heart of the Swarm trained him. It's those goddamn Swarm hosts.
Yeah,
they made him
know,
strong.
Right? Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, you've come all the way for this. Any big hopes? Are you doing any touring while you're here too, or is it just DreamHack?
Well, I'm coming here, and then afterwards I'm going to Mexico on vacation. So.
Ah, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
A well-deserved break from the online grind, yeah?
Well needed break.
Yeah. Well, you're fighting, who's this? MaNa next in your group, right?
Yeah.
Do you have are you worried about, he's a North American Terran. I don't know how much you guys actually collide. Are you worried about playing him at all? Or?
Yeah, I think he's slightly favored.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see how that goes. The thing about MaNa that's kind of scary is, we don't even get to see him that much either. And we cover everything. So, MaNa is kind of like this white whale, right? You don't know where Moby Dick is.
I play him sometimes on the ladder, and I think it's pretty 50-50, but I have a feeling he's a bit better at TvT than me, just like most top Terrans. I think Kellezer, Major, MaNa, they're all better than me at TvT. So
really?
Yeah, I think going up against any of them, I would be slightly disadvantaged.
Well, I remember, was it End of Hots? You were pretty good with TvT. I remember playing a lot.
Yeah.
I guess now that we don't have drops anymore, I guess let me ask you.
I was good when I could fly my tanks.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Do you miss it?
Yeah. Well, it was really broken, to be honest. When I won the IAM and did really well against Zerg, it was because the tank effect was a bit too strong as well. I was really good at the time and I was really fast, but I think most of it was...
Both things combined were just...
Yeah. I wouldn't say most of it was the tank effect, but it was pretty broken at the time. So even though I really liked playing with it because I made my TvT much better, even my TvP, literally every matchup.
Just the tanks kept getting better and better and better.
Yeah, it was a pretty harsh nerf for me personally, but they were quite broken, so they should have gotten nerfed.
Let me ask you one last question before I let you go because I don't want to take up too much of your time. TvT right now, we've been seeing the Double Raven become so popular over the last couple months.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Specifically using Double Raven builds.
Well, it's really good. It's the best thing you can do, I think. Innovation does it, everyone does it.
So would you say that you do it because you feel like it is actually good, or do you feel like you're forced to do it because if you don't and your opponent does, you'll fall behind?
Well, it's kind of the same thing, right?
Well, I think there's a column A and a column B to that, right? Because on one hand, you use it because you're confident. You're like, look, I can always do damage with this no matter what, whether my opponent does or doesn't go Ravens.
I think they're too hard to defend. Once you get in, even if there's Vikings, you can just kill all the Vikings as well.
No, auto turrets are ridiculous.
Yeah. So unless they have the Vikings at the spot where you attack, you can always just get in, kill 25 SCVs and get out. So
what do you think about the change then? The damage nerf but the duration increase.
It's good, I think.
Yeah.
I think it rewards positional play because if you're in position after the nerf, it would be even better because they would just not kill anything. But if you're out of position, it's way more punishing because you have to wait way longer to send your SCVs back. So I think it's really good to promote micro rewards, positional rewards, stuff like that. So it's a good change. And
I agree. I love
honestly, they are quite overpowered right now. So
when you watch one kill a whole mineral line, you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, of course. I'm not afraid to admit things like that. They are broken against Zerg, they're broken against Terran, against Protoss not so much, but they should get nerfed. So.
Well, they are getting a little. We'll see what that tweak looks like. Anyways, I won't keep you. You gotta go do vetoes and meet your opponent, I guess.
All right.
I don't know if we're casting you or not, but good luck either way, dude.
Thanks.
I hope to see you in the third stage of the tournament.
Where's the camera? Is there the camera?
There. Yeah, there's
okay,
camera.
cheer for me. I will show good games.
Oh, shut the
All right, see you.
All right, see you, man. All right, we're going to go commercials, guys. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you soon.